You're watching Moments with Jill Walker. Today I'm talking about the flag, part 2. Why would I talk about the flag? Because there's been so much controversy about the American flag. And I get so grieved when I see on television people burning the flag and having riots against the flag. And they won't stand up and honor the flag and even say the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I don't want children being brought up in this country to disrespect the flag. I went to a public school all of my childhood years till I graduated, and I remember this. I believe I'm correct that almost every single morning in school, we stood up, we put our hand over our heart, and we said, the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do you know that the phrase under God wasn't even put in the pledge until sometime in the 1950s? I'm so glad our president at that time added that phrase, under God. Did you know in World War II that the soldiers were given Bibles while they were in the military? I heard that and thought that was just something spectacular. Would that happen today? Sad to say, I don't think so. It says in Psalms 33:12, and I quoted it yesterday, but I want to review it for you again today. Blessed or blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. Well, yesterday I had this same flag in this container, which happened to be on my father's casket that the military gave to my mother. And then she turned around and gave me the flag, and I put it in a respectful container. I'm so proud to have it. And I had the American flag. I'm holding one again today. But I decided to put a Bible in this set here for you to see. Because you see, the key to our country in America is putting God first and honoring His word. Again, let me repeat the verse I gave yesterday for those that might not have seen it. 1 Timothy 2, chapter 1, verse 2 goes like this. I exhort, therefore, that first of all, supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men. Verse 2 says, for kings, and that represents a president of a country as well, for kings and for all that are in authority. I want to ask you a question. Do you pray for our president? Whether you voted for him or not, it's still important to uphold him in prayer and pray that he becomes a born-again Christian if he is not already. Do you pray for Congress? Do you pray for the senators and for the House of Representatives, those representatives in that House and those senators in the Senate? Do you pray for those in authority on our local level? Do you pray for our mayor? I know sometimes I'm guilty of not praying as often as I should for what I've just described to you. So I plead guilty as well. But we need to remember to pray for those. That's what 1 Timothy chapter 2, verses 1 and 2 tells us. To pray in verse 2 for kings and for all that are in authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty. I told you yesterday that I would talk about the flag today. You see, how we honor our country, how we pray for our country will determine the future of our country. How we vote. Don't vote just because of money reasons of what they can give you, but vote looking at it in the eyes that God sees. Are they for life? Are they for honoring God? Are they for honoring freedom in our country? So many, thousands in fact, over the years have given their lives for us to enjoy our freedom today. May we not throw that away. May it not be in vain or wasted. Remember to pray for our country every day. Betsy Ross made the first flag in 1776. She was from Philadelphia and she was a seamstress. The first time that American flag, which didn't look quite like this, of course, it was less stars and stripes, but the first flag was flown in battle on September the 3rd, 1777, during the Revolutionary War at Cooch's Bridge, Delaware. I hope I'm saying that town right. Cooch''S, but it was in Delaware. The flag is used to display nationalism, but also rebellion. You might say, what do you mean by that? Because remember, we did rebel from England and we started our own country over here called the United, I hope it stays united, the United States of America. So the flag is used for nationalism and everything else, including the rebellion over the years and the wars that were fought. The Civil War, the Revolutionary War, World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War, and many other wars that I won't take time to name that some of your family members might have been in. It represents freedom, dignity, and the true meaning of being an American. There's 13 stripes. I counted them. That's counting the red and the white. And there's 50 stars. The flag should never be disrespected, never be disrespected. And so I Googled to see how, if a flag gets worn and torn and damaged, what do we do with it? Well, this is okay if we're not doing it out of dishonor, but it is all right to burn a flag. That's probably the best way to do it. But I'm not talking about burning a flag in protest. I'm not talking about burning a flag out of hating it or hating our country. I love our country and I respect that flag. And every time that national anthem is sung and the pledge is given, I am putting my hand over my heart for those that this represents, who have given me my freedom today. I hope you can agree with what I've shared with you today. The Bible tells us to honor those that are in authority. Even if we don't agree with them, we can pray for them and God can change their hearts. I want our country to go back to the basics of God that it was founded upon. Will you and I pray together for our country to have a mighty outpouring and revival? I don't want it to turn into a country that we won't recognize, where there's dictatorship, where we lose our freedom, where crosses are taken off of our churches, where the flag isn't even displayed anymore. We don't even have a flag. I don't want it to turn that way. I don't want to lose personal property, and I know you don't either. I'm wearing a smile, but deep down inside, I am very concerned for our country. So I am asking you today, please pray for America. If you live somewhere else, still pray for our country as well as your own. And let's have a worldwide revival. You've been watching Moments with Jill Walker. God bless you today.